Inside. She blocked that while holding her own shoe.
Angel Reese was trying to put her shoe on, blocked it. Look, she's still holding her shoe in her hand.
Petition to completely terminate Angel Reese contract with Chicago Sky signed by 200 WNBA players in 24 hours. Please subscribe to this channel so that you will not miss out on any information. In professional sports, it is rare for players to openly unite against one of their own, but the women's basketball world has been shaken by a stunning development that many did not see coming. Reports claim that a petition demanding the immediate termination of Angel Reese's contract with the Chicago Sky gathered an astonishing 200 signatures from WNBA players within only 24 hours. The speed, intensity, and scale of this petition have ignited fierce debate across the league, leaving fans, analysts, and even former legends wondering what this means not only for Reese's future, but for the broader culture of the WNBA. Angel Reese's rise has been one of the most talked about stories in recent basketball history. Nicknamed the Bayou Barbie, she came into the WNBA on a wave of hype after leading LSU to a national championship and building an immense fan base that followed her transition to the professional stage. Since joining the Chicago Sky, she has quickly shown herself to be a force on the court, putting up impressive numbers and becoming one of the league's strongest rebounders. Her ability to dominate in the paint, coupled with her flair and outspoken confidence, made her an instant star. But with that spotlight came scrutiny, and now, that scrutiny seems to have boiled over into a situation unlike anything the WNBA has seen before. The petition that has taken center stage reportedly calls for the Chicago Sky to sever all contractual ties with Reese. While details of the document remain private, whispers across the basketball community suggest it lays out grievances concerning her attitude, her public persona, and alleged tensions with fellow players. Some have interpreted it as a challenge to Reese's professionalism, while others see it as resentment toward her meteoric rise and growing influence in the sport. That such a large group of players could mobilize against her so swiftly suggests that frustrations had been brewing for some time, waiting for the right spark to ignite. For the Chicago Sky, this presents a unique and uncomfortable dilemma. Reese has been one of the few bright spots on a team struggling to find its rhythm this season, providing consistent double-digit rebounds and giving fans hope for the future. Removing her would not only leave a gaping hole in their roster, but also risk alienating the loyal supporters who have embraced her as the face of the franchise. At the same time, ignoring the petition could create deep rifts with other players in the league and paint the organization as dismissive of the collective voice of its peers. Team executives are said to be engaged in urgent internal discussions, carefully weighing the risks of either path. The reaction among fans has been just as divided as within the league. Many have rushed to Reese's defense, framing the petition as an unfair attack on a young player who embodies the new era of basketball, bold, unapologetic, and unafraid to show personality. Supporters argue that the WNBA has long struggled to attract mainstream attention, and that figures like Reese are precisely what the league needs to capture a broader audience. On the other hand, some fans and commentators believe the petition reflects legitimate concerns, pointing to Reese's fiery court demeanor and outspoken interviews as examples of behavior that can easily cross professional boundaries. This clash has also brought to the surface larger conversations about the direction of the WNBA itself. The league has historically valued unity and professionalism, but younger stars like Reese represent a generation that thrives on social media visibility, cultural influence, and self-expression. For some veterans, this shift feels disruptive to the traditions they fought to establish. For others, it is a necessary evolution if the WNBA is to thrive in a competitive sports landscape. The petition, then, is not simply about Angel Reese as an individual. It is about whether the league is prepared to embrace change, even if it comes with friction. What makes this episode even more extraordinary is the sheer scale of the response. 200 players lending their signatures in only a day is not a small act of dissent. It is a thunderous statement of collective will. Yet, it also raises troubling questions. Should the united voices of peers have the power to determine whether one player deserves to keep her job? Does such a petition reflect genuine concerns about Reese's conduct? Or is it an emotional reaction fueled by jealousy, generational divide, and media-fueled tensions? As for Reese herself, her future hangs in the balance. If the Chicago Sky yield to the pressure and end her contract, it will mark one of the most dramatic and controversial dismissals in WNBA history. Yet Reese's talent and marketability make it hard to imagine her being sidelined for long. Other teams, international clubs, or even endorsement opportunities could open doors for her beyond Chicago. Still, the emotional and psychological toll of knowing that hundreds of peers actively campaigned against her could leave scars that no contract or endorsement can easily heal. Regardless of what comes next, this moment has already become a defining chapter in the WNBA story. It is a collision between old and new, between tradition and innovation, between collective unity and individual brilliance. Angel Reese has always been more than just a player. She has been a symbol of change, a figure who challenges the norms and forces conversations that some would rather avoid. Whether she emerges from this as a trailblazer who withstood the storm or as an example of the league's limits on individuality, one thing is certain. Angel Reese has made her mark, and the WNBA will not be the same after this.